Hi, this is Lori Johnson with Hancock Whitney Bank, and you're listening to Local Leaders, the podcast. Visit localleadersthepodcast.com for previous episodes or for information on appearing on the show.
Hey everyone, it's Jim Chapman with Local Leaders, the podcast, and I want to make you aware of a fantastic deal they have going on right now at Fitbody Boot Camp in Denham Springs, Louisiana. If you go to the link getfitdenhamsprings.com/local leaders, you can get $30 off of the regular price of $129 for 30 days of classes. Go to the link, click it, sign up. 30-day classes for only $99 through that link. It's a special deal offered to all of our listeners at Local Leaders, the podcast. Hey, and welcome back to another edition of Local Leaders, the podcast. I am Jim Chapman, and sitting across from me is the dynamic duo, as I call these two, from Fitbody Boot Camp. It is Coach Chase and Coach Annie. How are y'all today?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
I'm happy y'all are here too.
Yeah.
Y'all probably burned like 6,000 calories between this morning and now, I would imagine, right? At least minimum.
You know,
Well, we're going back for our workout after this. So, yeah.
That's right.
I didn't want my hair sweaty.
I love it. So, as I just mentioned, y'all are the coaches at Fitbody Boot Camp, and let's shout out the other coaches there while we're sitting here. Who else coaches over there?
We have our head coach, Grace Pickering.
Yes.
We have Coach Amanda.
Yes.
Coach Heather Dugas.
Yes.
We have Coach Amanda, Miranda,
Coach
Diane.
Diane.
Yeah. I have to close one eye whenever I think of them. There's like 7 of us.
Yeah.
total.
Coach Diane, that's who I usually work with
Yes.
a lot. And she'll push you now.
Oh,
Yes,
she
she
will.
She's good.
Have you done one of her MMA classes?
I have. I did one.
So fun.
Oh, yeah, they're fun.
She let us coach
She's
one
awesome.
last Wednesday.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. That
Awesome.
was an experience
It
too.
was
I kept
hilarious.
saying, you're going to find out now which ones of your coaches are the least coordinated
That's
because
right.
of this workout right here.
Yes. Because, you know, the interesting thing about all the things we do at Fitbody Boot Camp, and I am also a member of Fitbody, for those of you who may not know, and yes, guys can belong to Fitbody Boot Camp.
That's right.
And there are actually several in the classes that I take. So trust me, gentlemen, if you've never done a HIIT class, go to Fitbody and try it. And you know, I'll bring the CPR equipment and all that for you.
Just try one.
That's it. Because them girls get it over there all the
Yeah, they
time. So great times over there at Fitbody Boot Camp. And what we're going to do today is I wanted to cover a little bit of y'all's fitness stories. Y'all have some interesting stories, and we'll start with Chase. Chase, first of all, you're not originally from Louisiana.
I'm not. I am from the Dallas area. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, my second favorite state besides Louisiana is Texas.
well, good.
Love Texans.
I'll take it.
So how long were you in Texas?
Well, I was born in Texas, so I lived there, for 35 years.
Yeah.
And, well, minus 2 years at college in
Yeah.
New York City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's culture shock difference.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. I mean, I come from a big city in Texas, but
Yeah.
I mean, nothing like New York City. There's 8 million people there.
Yeah, in like 3 square miles.
Right. Just stacked up on top of each other. Yeah.
No doubt about it. But you ended up here, and you have an interesting story to how you actually ended up here. But before you even get into all that, you weren't always the slim, trim, mean machine you are and sitting in front of us right now.
No, I wasn't. So I mean, I had a whole nother life before I got into fitness. I went to film school. I worked in theater. Like, I was a performer. I did all sorts of things. And then in 2017, the beginning of 2017, my mom passed away.
Yeah.
She had breast cancer, and it spread all over the place. And so after she passed away, I just had a really, really hard year. Like, kind of spiraled out of control. I was drinking a lot and doing a lot of things I shouldn't be doing. And one day I got up and was just like, I can't keep doing this anymore. I got to figure out how to get it together.
Yeah.
The first thing I did was to start doing things around the house that I'd been like putting off.
Right.
So I was cleaning out my garage, and I came across an old scale that belonged to my grandfather, and I just got on it for the heck of it, and I was almost 300 pounds.
Wow.
And it was the heaviest I'd ever been. So I went out and bought a treadmill that day, started running, started trying to eat better, lost about 20 pounds or so, and then a family friend saw what I was doing on social media. She said, hey, I'm a member at this gym. You should come. We're doing a 6-week challenge. It starts in January. You should come. I'll pay for your challenge. So I was like, well, okay. So I went. It was Fitbody Boot Camp in Fort Worth. So yes, gentlemen, you can do Fitbody Boot Camp.
100%.
I ended up winning that challenge, 6-week challenge. I'd like dove into the nutrition and all of that stuff. I had my nutrition on point. I had one cheat meal a week. That was all I was allowing myself. Was taking my meal prep to go out with friends, and I was on it. Like I wanted to change, and so
was it hard? Was it hard to initially commit to that after maybe letting yourself go for all that time?
Not really. I was really I was ready for it. It was like a switch had flipped. Like I was in.
Almost like you hit your rock bottom, as they say.
Yeah. I was just all into it, and so. After the challenge was over, I won. So the prize for winning that challenge was to get your money back for the challenge. It wasn't my money.
Yeah.
So the woman who had paid for my challenge, she said, take that money, put it towards a membership, and stay.
Wow.
And you know what? I'll pay $100 a year monthly membership on top of that.
Awesome.
So I stuck around, just like recycled the meal plan that I'd been using. We did another challenge. So I got a whole new meal plan. Won that challenge too. So won another, it was $500 on that challenge.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You're like making this a career, right?
Well, and she was paying for $100 of my membership every month. And so, because of the money I had won, I was making money by being there.
Right.
But I ended up winning that challenge by July 4th, actually. July 4th, I weighed in that morning, and I had lost 100 pounds.
Wow.
So that was about 9 months after I started. I ended up losing about 125 pounds total.
Fantastic.
And then a couple of months after that, the owner in Fort Worth asked me to become a coach there. And I just said yes, because at the time it was going to be a part-time job. So I was still going to do the theater, still going to do all that stuff. And then things happened, and I ended up being asked to come on full time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy how life works
Right.
like that, man. You don't, sometimes you hit a path you never see coming.
Right.
It just, same here. I mean, I didn't think I was going to have a career in podcasting.
Yeah. I've told people many times, like, if you would have asked me in 2016 if this is what I'd be doing in 2022,
Yeah.
no, never.
Yeah. I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. And how much weight did you eventually drop total?
I topped out at about 125.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and I've maintained that pretty much. Everybody has ups and downs in fitness.
Sure. Yeah.
But I've maintained it.
Yeah.
4 years now.
Mine is typically football season.
Yeah.
Because, it's just too hard to get away from the junk food,
Yeah.
right? It's games, and you're tailgating, and, food everywhere, beer everywhere. It's just like,
Right.
yeah.
Then you got the holidays right in the middle of football season.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Christmas. And
Well, that's what makes those New Year's resolutions so good.
That's
is,
right.
You start out January 2nd or whatever it is, and you say, well, I put on 30 pounds during the holidays, time to get it off.
right.
So it's interesting in that you have known this young lady sitting here for a while, even before you moved here, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So in 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019, there was a workshop in Dallas for Fitbody owners and their coaches to come and, just learn some things and share some things with each other and all of that. And they came to Dallas.
Yeah.
And we were doing an exercise where they asked us to like split into pairs, and she came right over to me and tapped me on the shoulder, and she's like, "You want to partner up?" And I said, "Yeah." And so,
Hey, I'm Annie.
yeah. So that's how we met. And then a few months after that, they were doing a programming. So that we call, when we create workouts, we call it programming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fitbody was working on this software for programming workouts.
Yeah.
And we were both in this private Facebook group, and it was like a beta testing thing. So like only certain Fitbodies were using it.
Right.
And both of our locations were using it. So she sent me a message on Facebook and just said, "I really don't like this thing that we're doing. And I can't figure it out." Yeah. Yeah. And so we just started talking about it there.
You're such a flirt, Annie.
And then, we became friends. And then, now I'm living in her house and helping her take care of her 2 kids. And I'm here. And we're working together and living together. And
You're living the dream, baby.
Yeah.
Seeing if you just flirt with the right people. It works.
That's right. That's right. I can't figure this out. I mean, I hate it. Okay, so Greenleaf charcuterie boards offer stunning charcuterie arrangements perfect for your special event and provides delivery for a hassle-free order experience. Their unique, wide variety of charcuterie boards are like no other. From your traditional charcuterie board to the Chantilly dessert board to the Cajun board, they've got something for everybody. And ladies, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so if you're looking for gift ideas, they've got an amazing prime filet steak board. And fellas, don't forget about their Valentine's board for your sweetheart. For more information or to visit them on the web, go to greenleafcharcuterieboards.com. Greenleaf Charcuterie Boards is a proud local sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast. So that's awesome. And Miss Annie sitting here is personality plus of Fitbody Boot Camp is what I like to call her. Always got a smile on her face. She's always rocking. She's got the hair going on, and that's my favorite part of her. Is she's just an individual.
That's my favorite part.
Yes, it's my favorite part of you. Well, it shows that you have this individualism to you that I dig, and obviously Chase digs.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you. This is not your first week at Fitbody Boot Camp.
No, it's like my second, I think.
Yeah.
No, I've been with Fitbody since before we opened.
Yeah.
I was looking into getting my personal training certification, and I had somebody tell me that Heather Powell was going to open up a Fitbody boot camp, and that I should reach out to her about which certification I should get. So I reached out to Heather, and she said that, this is a certification I think you should go with, but once you get that, come and talk to me, because I'd love to talk to you about working at Fitbody. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is great. I haven't even
you got
started,
advice and a job all at the same time.
This is great.
Sweet.
So our head coach, Grace Pickering, she jumped in as my guinea pig for my personal training certification. So as I'm going through that, Grace is letting me just torture her. She just is the type of friend that just gives you her full support.
Yes.
So
she's a great person.
Yeah, and I love that she's on our team, and she just gives, from day one, has just supported me being a personal trainer, and I love that.
Yeah.
And now we get to do it together, and I think that's great. So
again, funny how life works, right?
Yes, absolutely. So where was I at in my story? I've got ADHD.
So that's welcome to the club.
I know, it's bad. It's really bad. I need like a checklist of what I'm saying. Okay, so Heather and I sat down. We had a conversation about me working there, and we just did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she did most of it. And
Yeah,
I was just there along for the ride.
Well, you were, but
Yeah.
this is at the time Fitbody didn't exist, and
Yeah.
so it's you're as much betting on her as she is on you, right?
Absolutely.
because us as business owners, we know that we're nothing without of our employees, and they're taking as much of a gamble with us as we are with them. So off you go, and you open Fitbody Boot Camp. And what was it like? It's kind of a new concept in those days.
It's a whole thing, but whenever we first opened, we had consultations with every single person before they came in.
Yeah.
And I just got to watch Heather pour her passion out. And it's contagious, the way that she just poured everything into these people. It was incredible.
100%.
And so you fall in love with Heather, you fall in love with her story, you fall in love with her passion, so of course you fall in love with her business.
Yeah.
And you fall in love with the people that come in there. The people that come to Fitbody is just a special group of people.
Yeah.
I've never met people that are so loving and so kind and supportive at a gym.
Yeah.
Usually you go into a gym, you do your workout, you're on your own, you're wearing your headphones, you're on the treadmill, you're kind of all over. But at Fitbody, we do it all together, and we support each other. And whenever somebody's struggling, somebody's helping them out. It just is 100%. An incredible thing.
And, it's one of the things we do at Fitbody, and it might sound corny to some people or whatever, we don't care, is we do the little clap thing at the end, and we say family. And I guess you could say we mean it.
Absolutely.
It is. It's like a little family over there. I know every time I go to work out, everybody's like, "Hey, Jim, nice to see you," and all that stuff. Make me feel good. But it's just a phenomenal place to work out. My wife works out there, and she is more consistent with me in working out there, quite honestly. And so both of us are really happy with the training that we've received there, the encouragement we've received there, and the professionalism of the trainers, which is a big part.
Yeah.
I think one thing with a lot of gyms, and you won't experience this with Fitbody Boot Camp, is some of them, can be less than welcoming. Okay. So sometimes you feel like you're going into an environment where you're intruding on a clique.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you're someone from the outside, you don't know anybody, and you walk in there and nobody talks to you and nobody shows you kind of the ropes or mentors you along, you feel very uncomfortable. Anybody would.
Yeah.
And that's not something you get from Fitbody.
No, and I think that's across the board with Fitbodies, like even my location in Texas.
Yeah.
I would not have stayed there when I walked into that first orientation, because when I don't know anybody, I can be a little reserved.
Yeah.
And
most people. Most,
But I walked in there and I was nervous and I didn't know anybody. And
then Andy started saying, "Say, you want to work out together?"
This one coach named Sean came up to me and just introduced herself and started talking to me and asking me questions and trying to get to know me.
Yeah.
And then she became this like mentor for me, sort of, in a lot of ways. She was like a mother figure for me in a moment when I had just lost my mom a little less than a year before.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
So that is one of the most important and special things about Fitbody, is that it is family.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I couldn't agree with that anymore. And I'm not getting paid to work there. I still couldn't agree anymore. It is definitely a family atmosphere, such friendly people. Now, Coach Annie, we know Coach Chase's story of kind of why he joined Fitbody and why he got into fitness. And we want to learn a little bit, about you and why you got into the fitness realm.
I got into the fitness realm because after I'd had my son, he's almost 9 now, I got on a scale a few months after I had him, and I weighed the exact same as I did on the day that I gave birth.
Yeah.
So 6 months after I had my son, I get on the scale and I weigh just as much as I did the day I went into labor. And to me, all of that weight was supposed to magically just fall off.
Right.
I just thought, okay, well, you have the baby comes out, he weighs 8 pounds down.
Yeah.
No,
that's not how it works.
It doesn't work that way.
Right.
And I started beating myself up about it. Instead of taking action and moving my body, I started beating it up.
Yeah.
I started, I think it's a thing that a lot of women do. I'm not going to say that all women or most women, but I do think a lot of us do that. We grab on to ourselves. And if I could just lose this, I would look a little better. Or I would like myself more if I just got rid of this. you start beating yourself up a little bit. And one day I went and I looked at myself in the mirror and I started to do that. And I was like, you cannot continue to beat yourself up this way. Nothing's going to change unless you change the way you talk to yourself. So I started telling myself 3 positive affirmations every day, which I think to some people might sound silly, but it worked for me.
No, they do work.
They work. I would get up every morning and I would tell myself 3 nice things. Annie, you've got great eyes. I love the gap in your teeth, and you do have great hair. Jim is right.
Yes.
And some
You
days,
do.
some days are harder than others with that. And some days the only nice thing I could say to myself was that I was trying.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal to be trying.
It's huge deal.
It's a huge deal. So I just decided that instead of hating myself, I was going to love myself. And in doing that, I lost 65 pounds.
Wow.
I started eating right. I started exercising.
65 pounds.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine you 65 pounds.
I
heavier.
know. It
Wow.
just looks like I woke up this
It's
way.
impressive.
but-
I know. I
Today
know, right?
did, but I worked really, really hard to lose that weight. And
I bet you did. Yeah.
it started at a place of loving myself. You can't hate yourself into perfection.
No.
You can't hate yourself into being better. But through loving yourself, you can get a little better every day.
I think you embrace your differences, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And the things that make you unique about yourself. And I think, men struggle with it too. We're just not as,
sure.
It's interesting with men that we're not as verbal with our insecurities as women are, but we have them.
Oh, yeah.
I love my bald head, but but there was a time when it was like I wasn't letting go. I had hair like the freaking comb over, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably time to shave it. But I was insecure about it.
Yeah.
But guys are just different. We don't verbalize it. Women will get together and they'll be like, "Girl, I hate my butt," or something like that. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Guys ain't gonna do that with other
No.
dudes. Dude, I hate my butt.
I think a big part of that is that our culture is so men are men. They don't cry. They don't show emotion.
Yes.
Men are tough. Men are strong. And so we don't talk about it. We
Right.
don't talk about the things that are bothering us. We don't talk about our emotions when we really need to.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And one of the differences between, I don't mean to get philosophical here, but I do think about this stuff. And one of the differences I think with men and women, and you brought up a good point with this, is women will almost hyper focus on their, where a guy, it's a fleeting thought, majority of guys. A woman will sit there and like worry herself to death about it. And sometimes that can have the adverse effect. If you're worried about your weight and you're sitting there and you're always focused on that, sometimes you might gain more weight just from the stress of it.
Absolutely.
Thinking about it. But you said something key in there. And that was, you said there came a point where you said, I've got to do something about it instead of just noticing it exists. And so you obviously chose that you were going to work out, right?
Yes, I did. And
Yeah.
I would work out 5-6 days a week.
Wow.
And I fell in love with fitness. I fell in love with the way it made my brain feel.
Yeah.
More than I did the physical with it. I like the way I feel whenever I'm done with my workout. It's like I get to turn my brain off and all of the outside noise off for my 30-minute workout. I get just 30-minute quiet time with no kids, no drama, no baloney, just my workout. I get to focus on something that doesn't, I've got ADHD. So
Yeah.
my brain is constantly pinging, and it's
yeah.
like the 30 minutes that I can just be in something. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something.
Yes. It releases some endorphins
It
and all
does.
those
It
good
does.
things in your brain that make you feel positive about yourself. And I know when I work out, sometimes I'll sit there and I've got the time, and maybe I'll make an excuse in my head as to why I don't have the time, or I'm tired or whatever it is. And yeah, I'm tired, there's no doubt about it. But when you finish with that workout, when you push through it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And you get done, it's like you feel so much better. If I skip that workout, I feel like I just feel like I let myself down almost. Like man, I could have done that. I was tired, but I could have made it through.
We're all tired.
Yeah.
We've all had a long day.
Yeah.
There's stress in everybody's day. I can sit here and tell you I've got a million excuses as to why I shouldn't work out later because I'm busy and I've got to pick up my kid from daycare. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got a million things happening in my personal life today
Right.
that need my attention.
Yes.
But I can't give 100% to that if I don't give 100% to myself first.
Ooh, y'all hear
can't.
that? That's right.
You cannot, and you hear it all the time, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
If I lined up cups right here and I'm taking my cup and I'm pouring you some and I'm pouring Chase some and I'm pouring my kids some and I'm pouring work some and I'm pouring the neighbor some and I'm pouring everybody else some, I've got an empty cup. And I can't do anymore. And then whenever Chase needs something, I'm angry that Chase needs something. And I'm angry that the kids need something. I've stretched myself too thin and mentally I'm shot.
Yeah.
You have to pour back into your cup so that you're not overwhelmed by everything else.
That's a great point.
I feel
it's
better
true.
about doing for everyone whenever I take care of myself too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's important to teach your kids that you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I can't take care of myself, I can't teach my kids that's important.
That's right. And, you know, a lot of people guilt themselves into not doing for themselves. You know? BJ Pawn and Gun in Denham Springs wants to buy your unwanted gold jewelry, gold coins, and gold bullion. With 30 years of experience operating in the Livingston Parish area, BJ Pawn wants to be your source when selling your gold. So stop by BJ Pawn today for a no-obligation offer. BJ Pawn, a proud sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast. You basically have to take that time for yourself, or really everybody kind of gets the negative side of that. And that's anybody, that's human beings. Yeah. It is so hard for us to teach ourselves that. Spreading yourself too thin is a major problem, especially among people I sit down, business owners that, you know, they don't get a paycheck unless they're hustling, right? And they're working. And so anything they do for themselves, they feel like they're taking away from their business.
Yeah.
And it's a guilt thing, and I can relate to that because I think of that 30 minutes as, man, I could be spending that, I don't know, writing a podcast or doing something, and no, you got to take that time for yourself. You really do. And wow, 65 pounds later, here you are. You were the Jane Fonda at Denham Springs.
That's actually Diane, I think. That's another thing I love about our coaches is that we do all have our own fitness story.
Yes.
We know what it's like to walk into a gym and have our first day.
Yeah.
And to be intimidated by all of that. We know what it's like to lose a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
We know what it's like to struggle with maintaining that weight loss.
Yeah.
We've all got our stories, so I feel like we can meet our clients where they're at.
Yes.
And
coach them through it.
coach them through it and you know, be their support system. A good part of what we do is we just want you to love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And that's
very sweet.
That's what's important to us is that you take care of you.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge separator between a lot of gyms and Fitbody is they legitimately have it here, which is as important as here, right? And everywhere else. And, you know, it doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter your fitness level. You're not going to walk in that gym and feel out of place in any way, shape, or form. One of the other interesting things about y'all is y'all do a lot more than just kind of stand there and say, all right, let's go. And we got 10. And you do that. You cheer on everybody. You get us fired up. And come on, Jim, 10 more seconds. And, you know, I'm like, no, I don't want to do any more dips. But you do a good job of that. But you also offer a lot in the, you know, you can do food training. So meal prep, I guess you could say, for someone, and you can coach them through any type of level. So if it's someone that had worked out their whole lives and they pretty much know how to do it, they just need to get in shape. Or if it's a woman or a man that's never picked up a weight in their life, you can help them, right?
Right. We offer progressions and regressions for every exercise. So I can make something a lot harder, or I can make it to where it doesn't hurt your knees or your shoulders or whatever it is. We can modify it, or we can make it harder.
Yes.
And then with like nutrition and things like that, like we've all been there where we're, snacking on the Little Debbies and we're doing this, we're doing that. And
Christmas tree cakes.
Yeah. Well, but we've taught ourselves through our own journeys what we need to eat, what we should eat.
Yeah.
And how much of it we should eat. Because that's a big thing with a lot of people is that they don't realize how much food they actually need to be eating to lose weight and to gain muscle and things like that.
Yeah, 100%.
People undereat with their protein. They undereat in their carbs. There's this big thing about carbs out there in the keto diet and all that when, carbs aren't a bad thing. It's all really about how the carb is prepared.
Yeah. As long as you're burning it and doing a fit body class and things like that and the type of carbs you're getting.
Yeah. If you're eating deep fried potatoes, French fries, or yes, or
deep fried Little Debbies,
or deep fried Little Debbies, or you're eating
a
baked potato that's got tons of butter and sour cream and all that stuff in it. Like, it's all about moderation with some of those things, but also realizing like a potato is not a bad thing. It's the fact that it's been dunked in oil, or smothered in butter. Yeah, those are the problems more than the potato itself.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And the good thing, folks, also is that they can coach you through it. Look, anyone and pretty much on earth can lose weight. Okay, it's the maintaining that is really the trick. A lot of people do that yo-yo thing. So they'll lose 50 pounds but they're doing a diet or a lifestyle that is not maintainable, pretty much starving themselves in some cases. And then they lose that 50 pounds and I'm at my goal weight, and slowly they regress and they go back. Well, I would imagine that the health side of what you teach is something that will be long lasting and where you won't struggle as much to maintain it. I used to allow myself a cheat day every Saturday, and I would eat whatever the heck I wanted. And it wasn't like I gorged myself, but if I wanted pizza, I was going to eat pizza, and that was my one day a week that I did that. And I would start looking forward to that day. So I'm like, I can't wait till Saturday. I get to eat whatever it is. But some people think you can't ever cheat ever. I found success with it when I was doing it.
When I lost 125 pounds, I was having a cheat meal once a week. So every Saturday night, I would go out for a burger or pizza, whatever I wanted that.
And you were like,
that
week.
Yeah, and it was
so
good. I didn't overeat when I had it, but I had something. I didn't overeat when I had it, but I ate something that I wanted.
Yes.
That made me feel good because it tasted good.
Yeah.
Usually then a couple hours later, it didn't feel so good.
Well, that's the funny thing. Once your body acclimates to eating the right way and eating healthy, when you eat the junk, you the next day.
It tastes great, but it makes you feel not so great.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. Food hangover.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So important to mention, you obviously offer the 30-minute classes, which are nice for those of us that do get busy. 30 minutes, is almost the perfect time for me. It's not extended out enough to where I feel guilty for doing it, in the way that I feel like I'm away from my business, and it's a long enough to where I see a benefit out of it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it works out perfect. I'm sure for a lot of other people, same situation. So business owners, which is who we cater to on our show, very important that they know that's available. Not only is that available, but the coaching with regard to your meals is available. Fit blends of Denham Springs can help you with everything from meal prep to supplements. I love it that they serve breakfast all day in addition to the best ultra healthy wraps you can really get anywhere in Livingston Parish. They are home of the $5 Smoothie Friday and are an amazing sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast. Fit Blends Denham Springs, fast, fit food for you. You also have machines there that can actually measure like your body fat percentage and all that kind of stuff, and you can keep track of that. And what do y'all call that? What is that? Tell me about that system.
That's the in-body
Yeah.
machine. So it sends like an electrical signal through your body. You stand on little like electrode pads and you hold these handles that have electrodes that you put your fingers on. And it sends an electrical current through your body that can tell the difference between fat and muscle and water and things like that. And it kind of breaks your weight down into, this is how much muscle you have, this is how much fat you have. And it even will break down the muscle into like, where is your muscle?
Yeah, and where is
Wow.
the fat?
Yeah.
And then you know what to kind of focus on, right?
And a big part of it is knowing what your body fat percentage is. You know, people always talk about BMI,
Yeah.
but really BMI is nonsense.
Yeah.
So BMI is based on your height and your weight only.
Right.
The Rock, according to the
Great
BMI scale,
point.
is overweight,
Yeah.
but he's a pure
Yeah.
muscle.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Easy.
No, she can do
Oh,
that.
she's
It's
a-
The Rock. It's
He's
fine.
muscle.
No, he's
so
pure
muscular.
muscle, but according to BMI, he's overweight.
Right.
We don't like to look at that number. We look at body fat percentage because that gives you an accurate representation of your fat, not just your height and your weight.
That is a great point, man, because I just had this conversation with a guy the other day, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I want to get down to about 180. And his frame, he's a bigger guy. He's stocky, you know. At 180, he would look like almost anorexic, in my opinion. Just, there's no way this dude needs to be. I said, well, where did you get that number from? And he said, well, you know, that's the BMI index. I need to be about 180. I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
But his frame is not made for 180.
I don't agree with the BMI. I think
Yeah, I
body
don't
fat
either. I'm
percentage
with you
is where gotta
100%
look.
on that.
And then, you know, the InBody also, it shows you what your muscle is. So you have a more accurate picture of what your body. And another thing it shows is visceral fat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Go ahead then. Yeah.
The visceral fat levels is my favorite part. Your visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your organs.
Yeah.
So this tells you what your visceral fat level is so that we can tell if you're at high risk for diabetes and heart attack and stroke and things like that.
Wow.
That's the fat that just surrounds your organs.
Yeah.
And that's a dangerous
Area to
it
have
can be a
fat.
dangerous area to have fat. So we can look at that. I think our InBody machine, the level caps out at 20.
I think so.
And the ideal range is around for it to be to level 10 or below.
Yep.
So we can look at that and try to, you know, get people to see that like you're high risk
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
And we want you to make sure that you're healthy.
Yeah. I mean, the fat that you can see on someone's body is not dangerous necessarily. People think it's unappealing, but it's not dangerous. The dangerous fat is visceral fat because that's around your organs. So it's what causes or leads to high risk of the things that she said. Like it's
And when you have more fat on your body, you do typically have more fat around your organs.
Sure.
So it's go hand in hand.
but to know that number is important because that's when you're in danger of serious, disease and death.
100%, especially around your heart and things
Right.
like that. You actually had some phenomenal numbers yourself.
All of our coaches did. We all decided that this was a challenge that we were all going to do together. We even had like a coach's challenge within the challenge. So
That's awesome.
We all put in some money into a cup, and whoever won, we would let the clients choose.
Oh, cool.
So we had like a little voting box, and we had our pictures up and our numbers and all that, so that the clients can come in and choose. And Grace actually won that one.
did.
I think Grace
Well
won.
deserved.
She's a machine.
Well, oh my gosh, she is a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly strong. I don't ever want to fight Grace.
No.
And I know this because we did a self-defense class together one time, and she kicked my butt.
You had enough.
We had enough. But I did. I had great results with that challenge. I think I lost in 6 weeks. I gained almost 2 pounds of muscle. I lost 7.6 pounds.
Wow.
4% body fat.
That's huge.
It's huge. I lost 17 inches in 6 weeks.
That's crazy.
And all I did was I followed the nutrition program that Fitbody provided, and I did our Fitbody workouts. I did nothing extra. I didn't deviate from the plan. I didn't cheat.
And didn't do more than one Fitbody workout a day.
Nope.
It was the 30 minutes and
The
that's
30
it.
And
minutes.
that's it.
Yeah.
And you had those kind of results. That's awesome. That's
Our whole team
very
had-
impressive.
The entire team had incredible results.
Yeah. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, good
Yeah.
for you. Good
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank
Good for the
you.
rest of the team. Y'all do great work over there. Now, I want to switch channels for a minute, and I want to talk about the Fitbody Forever program.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this. This is brand new with Fitbody.
Yep.
And so you are kind of the cat's meow on that.
I'm the lead coach of the program. I'm kind of just running this program. So we started our trial sessions 2 weeks ago. We're entering our third week of workouts for it. So it's a program designed for 55 and up. And I'm not saying that 55 and up can't do boot camp, because we have many
Sure.
members at
Yeah.
boot camp. But what this is more targeted toward is the 55 and up person who has become less active, who's starting to struggle with their everyday activities, the things they love to do, the things they have to do, the chores around the house, the gardening, maybe the golfing is getting hard for some of the men, just those day-to-day things that they have to do, or maybe they can't keep up with grandkids or any of that stuff. This is what it's more designed for. So the program is designed around three things: building strength, increasing stability, and endurance. Those three things. So it's a slower paced workout. They're 45 minutes long, and it's really just created to increase their quality of life more than anything else. I had a woman at orientation, and I asked, so we have an orientation for anybody that wants to try us out. And that's because we do a movement assessment at the end of it, because this program, while boot camp is also, we can progress, we can regress moves to meet you where you are. This program is designed to see where they need the most help.
Sure.
So we do like a little movement assessment just to see how they move, any issues or imbalances that they might have in their muscles and things like that, so that we can help specifically get to those areas and help strengthen or, make those areas better for them.
Sure.
Yeah. So I had a woman at orientation. I asked them what their goal was. What's your goal with this program? She said, I just want to age gracefully.
Wow.
And I thought
That's
it just
awesome.
like perfectly summed up what this program is about.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to accept when you can't do what you maybe once could. And look, age comes for us all.
Yeah.
Eventually. And if Arnold Schwarzenegger can't get under a bench and do what he could 20 years ago, I guarantee you. And a lot of people, when they start noticing that, they just kind of give up or they stop.
Right.
I think that's the best thing about this program is you're surrounded by your peers, right? You're surrounded by people relatively your age, and that's a huge thing in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dane Arnold with iTrade Exchange has been enabling small business in the Livingston Parish area to save cash through his network of over 300 participating Livingston Parish businesses. Saving cash by trading services with other exchange members is what iTrade Exchange is all about. For more information, contact Dane Arnold at 225-205-3640 or visit iTradeExchange.biz. Some people just want to be a part of something.
Right.
Yeah.
And what you just said is part of the problem with that age group, is that they get discouraged.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this anymore. It's hard for me to do this now. It's harder. So they become less active because they kind of give up.
Yeah.
And so it's just snowballs and things get worse and worse, and their muscle starts deteriorating and they put on weight and their joints stiffen up, and it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah.
So that's, what this program is designed to help with.
I haven't gotten to coach it yet,
Yeah.
but I sit in my office and I watch them, and just watching the progressions that just in the 2 weeks that we've been doing this, that these people have had, has been incredible.
2 weeks.
I saw some of the pictures and I'm
Oh
like,
my
oh,
gosh.
We've got a
I'm
guy-
obsessed with these people.
Yeah, they're great. We have a guy named George. And before our trial session started, his wife walked in. She came in because she saw something about the program. She wanted to get more information. She was asking me all these questions, and she said, well, me and my husband both want to try it. He's actually in the car. He doesn't move very well. He has a cane, so he's just waiting in the car. And I was like, well, I'll go out there and we'll talk to him at the car. I went out there and I'm talking to him, and he's got his cane or whatever. They come back for their orientation. He's walking on his cane. The end of last week, I sat down with them to go over like what our membership options were, because the way that this is working is we're offering everybody 2 free weeks to just come and try it.
That's awesome.
It's 3 workouts per week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10:30 in the morning. Just come try it for 2 weeks and see how you like it.
Yeah.
If
No
works for you.
commitment, no obligation.
No, nothing. No, we don't take any payment information until you want to become a member.
Yeah.
But I sat down with him to give him those options, and he's telling me like, I'm barely using my cane anymore. I'm walking around, walking the dogs. I'm doing this stuff around the house, and I haven't touched my cane.
Wow.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's amazing what just a little bit of movement can do. There's a personal trainer I follow. His name is Todd Durkin. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yes, I have.
He trained Drew Brees for a really long time. He says motion is lotion. And I love that.
It really
phrase.
is.
And now that I'm working with this age group, I see that is accurate.
Yeah.
2 weeks, and this guy's barely using his cane.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Man, you're changing lives over there at Fitbody.
It's
It's a
amazing.
beautiful thing. And what a great feeling for y'all to have that, you know, you're making a difference when you see something like that, right? And y'all see these kind of stories all the time over there.
It never ceases to amaze me and inspire me, though. Like the impact that I feel like we create on other people,
Yes.
seeing them succeed creates just as much
Just
impact
as
for
much
us.
100%. And that word, y'all, impact.
Yeah.
That is my, I've got like 3 words that are kind of like my words in my mind that motivate me the most. And one of them's freedom, one of them's impact. And I forget the other one right now, which is kind of embarrassing. It's on the back of my T-shirt and I can't remember. But impact is something that you want to do. When someone's laying there and they're at the last moments of their life, I would imagine something that probably runs through their head is, how big of an impact did I make? Your impact isn't necessarily the money you make, the material possessions. To me, the impact is, what did you do to improve someone else's life?
100%.
At the end of the day. And what a blessing to be in a profession where you're making an impact. You can see it. I mean, I'm sure y'all
There's no
heard
better
stories
career.
and
No better career.
Beautiful
Just
thing.
Make you feel good. And like Chase said, like they make an impact on us.
Yeah.
Just by moving their bodies and believing in themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And
sometimes because we coach them and they eventually they become, or they kind of start confiding in us. They'll tell us what's happening in their personal lives, if they're feeling depressed or anxious or whatever. And sometimes them just showing up for themselves is enough impact to make your day.
Awesome.
I have one person coming back today that I haven't seen regularly in a while, and I am excited to see her back. It's been like, today's the day.
She's
and
coming.
I'm excited because
Awesome.
she's made a huge impact on me as a coach.
Yeah.
Just watching her reach her goals has made a huge impact on how much I want to continue to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited she's coming back today.
Love it. Love it. Love those stories. Now, if you're interested in the Fitbody program, you just show up and
You can come. You can just walk into the gym. We're right off of Bass Pro, in that little strip where like Geisha and Jaegers and all of those places are.
So Chase, if they want to find this, like, is there information online they can go to?
Yeah, they can go to denimspringsfitness.com.
Yep.
If you're on Facebook, you can also find us Denim Springs Fitbody Forever, a page on Facebook.
Very good.
Or just show up to the gym. Just
Awesome.
Walk in and ask for info.
Very good. And I'm going to link all of that to the description of this video. That way, if you're driving or something right now, we don't want you to look down at your phone. So I'm going to link it. When you get home or wherever, you can just click that link. It'll bring you right to where you can get all the information you need on that. I also want to mention that there's a Fitbody discount, y'all. All the listeners out there, if you go to www.getfitdenimsprings.com/local leaders, you can get $30 off a 30-day membership. $30 off, y'all. That's a lot of money. 30 days, $30 off. Go to getfitdenhamsprings.com/local leaders to get that. And you're also doing a ribbon cutting here pretty soon. Been open a little while, but you're doing a ribbon cutting.
Yeah, so the ribbon cutting is for the Fitbody Forever program.
Yes.
We're going to have some vendors out there. I believe Triton Physical Therapy is going to be out there.
Yep.
And some others. And we're going to just gather and have a good time. And there's going to be like a little mini Fitbody Forever session that happens. Not a full session, but just a mini one to give people some
general idea
of what we're doing there.
Fantastic. Chamber of Commerce will be there,
right.
and
You'll be there.
I'll be there. I'll be there, and
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
The most important part.
That's right.
Coach Annie will be there, making an appearance between 12 and 2, signing on. What time is it? Do you know?
That is at 10:30 a.m. on February 12th.
10:30 a.m. on February 12th.
That's right. 10:30 to 12:30.
Fantastic. William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance in Denham Springs can service all of your insurance needs. Offering auto, life, health, and commercial insurance, William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance is a proud supporter of Local Leaders, the podcast. So we hope to see everybody that can make it out there. If you have a family member, maybe your mother-in-law or your mother or whoever, an aunt-in-law or whatever that is in that age bracket, maybe bring them, bring these people by and let them check it out. They're going to do a little introduction, maybe workout to kind of show you what's going on. And that way they can acclimate to that with someone there, a family member, and that might make them a little more comfortable as well. Yeah. So check that out. Thank you. Oh, yes.
Sorry. Also on the boot camp side, we do have a new 6-week challenge that we're going to be doing in March, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so look for that info. It'll be
really?
Yes.
I might want to do that.
You do want to do it.
You should.
Ooh, I like a challenge.
Yeah. And then we add in like cool little theme days.
Oh, yeah. I'm in. Yeah. Send me that info.
I'm going to do a Britney Spears day.
Okay.
For this challenge.
Do we have to dress like Britney Spears?
Well, you guys would be perfect. Britney Spears, you could do 2007 Britney.
That's right, when she shaved her head.
You could just come in like a sweatshirt with
She
an
shaved her
umbrella.
head
Yes.
and went into the gas station bathroom with no shoes on.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be phenomenal. Yes.
That's my
I'm
favorite
in 100%. So look for that. Maybe or not. So I do want to thank both of y'all for coming by. Y'all are awesome. And eventually I'm going to get all these trainers from Fitbody Boot Camp over here. I'd love to talk to Miss Degas. She is military. What is it? She
was in the Navy.
Yeah, but she's like a beauty queen or second runner up
of the Miss Veteran America.
Yeah. But in my mind, she's first runner up.
Oh yeah.
Or not nice. So pretty awesome. This girl is just a phenomenal person. I see her out and about in the Livingston Parish area all the time, and she is all about community and all about the military, and so am I. So we love that over here at Local Leader. So I'd love to sit her down, sit all these coaches down that you have over there.
We have an incredible team.
Put them on the spot, just like y'all.
We do have an incredible team.
You really do. It's all about family at Fitbody.
That's right.
So thank you for coming by. Did y'all enjoy this?
It was
blessed.
It was fun. Y'all want to have your own podcast, don't you?
I do actually. I have for a long time.
Chase is like, I'm so into this.
Yeah.
Chase and Annie cause trouble.
The Chase and Annie show. I love it.
Chase has whatever he coaches with Grace. It's the Ace team.
Yes.
And I don't know that I can top that name.
It'd be tough. I could think of something.
Yeah.
Something's got to be there. So thank you again for coming by.
Thank you for having us.
I do want to thank all the listeners and viewers of Local Leaders, the podcast. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share this podcast on all your social media platforms. I want to thank all my sponsors. We couldn't do any of this, y'all, without all of you, which Fitbody Boot Camp is a sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast. Can't tell you how much we appreciate that. And until next time, I'm Jim Chapman reminding you, love your community, support local business just like Fitbody Boot Camp, and keep leading. Thank you very much. Sandra Richard has been in the business of selling homes for over 20 years. This award-winning realtor brings the perfect blend of professionalism, integrity, and client satisfaction to every buying and selling transaction. A passion for both her clients and her community makes Sandra the perfect choice when buying or selling your home. So if you're in need, call the Cajun Lady, Sandra Richard, at 225-955-5484, or visit her on the web at sandrasellshouses.com. Sandra Richard, a proud sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast.